Ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for tuning in to another episode of Generational Wrestling Podcast. As always, yours truly, the 28-year-old piece of gold, the franchise, aka the showstopper, better known as the GOW's resident tribal chief. Damn it, I just realized that I call myself the 28-year-old piece of gold. Damn it, I'm
You sure the
29.
hell did. You sure did, man. You messing up, man. You
Oh, man,
messing up.
it's getting bad because I'm forgetting my birthday. But anyway, man, and with me as always, I got my tag team partner, my brother, my family. He is the flyest in the room, Mr. 1, 2, 3. Pin that ass down, K Breezy, aka EC's resident Isaac Hayes, King Two Code in the building, bro. What's going on?
Man, you messing up. That's what's
Yeah,
going on, man. You forgetting your man. You supposed to get to near my age when you start forgetting how old you are. You ain't supposed to forget how old you are when you 29, man. You the 29-year-old piece of gold, man. The 10-time engineer of the year, the hood tribal chief, bro. You. Come on, man. Come on. You got the people
you
have
know.
expectation for you, man. Come on now.
Well, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. Coming up in 2 weeks, man, this is a 3-year anniversary of the GOW, man. July, I believe, was it? Is it the 15th or the 19th? See, man, I'm just getting all my numbers mixed up.
13th. It's the 13th.
13th, July 13th,
The
man.
13th.
3
13th.
years since the very first episode of the Generation Wrestling Podcast.
Or is
So
it the
whether
ninth?
you know, yeah, we'll
Somewhere
figure it out,
around
man.
that
Hey,
time.
hey,
Yeah,
we
we'll
we
figure
gonna,
it
we gonna
out.
go back on the anchor and then look at the date of that first episode.
Right. Yeah. We're like that. That was But we coming up on the 3-year anniversary, man. And we
3 years,
coming up
3
on
years,
600 episodes, man.
600,
God,
man.
600,
And you
bro.
gotta think about
That
it. That's
damn,
only
bro.
600 episodes that's recorded. That ain't including the ones that never got saved or that got canceled in the middle of your
I
time.
yeah.
You
We've had plenty. We had many start overs, but the ones that were completed
Yeah.
that we got out, they count. We about to hit, man, and we've been picking it up. I don't know, y'all like how the hell y'all get to six? Look, we only had this number because we started doing more and more videos, and we started doing more and more shows, and
Yeah,
we
yeah,
were we were on here weekly, at least 4 to 5 days a week. We
yeah.
were on here
It was
talking
it,
to
it,
y'all,
it, it
man.
was getting
So
tough for a minute, man. It was getting tough. It was getting
hey,
tough.
man, look, but we were finding stuff to talk about. We were talking about the shows. We were talking about other stuff, and we're gonna continue to talk about other stuff, man. We got a few ideas of things we want to do to kind of bring back our special Thursdays. When we have our little special shows and whatnot. So we no, man. We gonna keep rocking. We're gonna keep doing what we do. Uh, and y'all just gonna have to rock. We appreciate y'all for rocking out with us.
All right, man. Well, speaking of doing what we do, speaking of GOW, man, the slogan is real talk for real fans. And with that, man, we like to do our shooting from the hip and which we keep it all the way 100. So today, man, I want to talk about a couple of things. We're going to talk about 20 years of John Cena, who just celebrated his 20th anniversary in WWE. I want to talk about the metamorphosis of big time Becky Lynch. And then, of course, man, Tony Khan's been making his rounds on the internet, man, with his hug. So we're going to talk about that too. And just, we going to dive right into it. But hey, look, man, let's save the best for last, which is the 20-year anniversary of John Cena. Let's start off, man, with that big time Bex, man. Yours truly, Becky Lynch, bro. Right now, I feel like Becky Lynch is on a whole nother wave right now. The one thing
Cheers.
the one thing we talk about in professional wrestling, right, is longevity. When Becky Lynch, when she first came in, she was the last kicker. Then she transitioned into the man, and that sent her career into a whole nother stratosphere. And then, of course, she had the baby, was out for a while, came back, and then she realized very quickly that the man, that gimmick no longer worked for her. It wasn't the same feeling as before she had the baby. Other women had stepped into the fold and
Yep.
fill that void in the title picture. You had Bianca Belair, you had Sasha Banks, you had Bayley, you had Charlotte, you had Asuka, who held it down for a while. And then so when Becky came back, she had to reinvent herself, and now she is big time Bex. And the one thing I like about this run, even though when she first came back, she beat Bianca Belair in less than 30 seconds, and they put the title on her. But the thing I like about this current run right now is the fact that Becky has been elevating the women without needing the title. She's on that title chase, but I like how she doesn't have to bury anybody. As a matter of fact, she's been taking losses and going through this crazy downward spiral, which is really working well with her character. And in doing so, you're building up women like Liv Morgan and so many others. So Tuco, man, let's talk about Becky Lynch. What are your thoughts on this new reincarnation and new character for Becky Lynch? And do you like the direction this is going, not only for herself personally, but what she's bringing to the table as far as putting over the women's division on Monday Night Raw?
I mean, one, I like it, and I like it for what you're saying because it's a different take on Becky Lynch. Like, okay, she had this out of nowhere rise, okay, and it lasted. It lasted for 3 years, man. Like, it's
Yeah,
been 3 years. Like, even when she left, it was like still Becky Lynch was the man. It was like you felt her presence being gone. Now,
yeah,
yeah, until you had Oscar established and you had Bailey and Sasha Banks established, and with the few other women that was in and out of there, um, but they were the staple that kept that together, and those it took those three, um, regardless if you liked everything that they did, but they had an interesting story, man. I mean, you think about it, Bailey and Bailey and Sasha Banks were not only the tag team champions, which they were second time they were the women's tag team champions, but they were both respectively the Raw and SmackDown women's champions. So it's like, yo, they did a lot. But Becky Lynch, the impact she had when she slapped Charlotte Flair and just the reaction to the crowd all the way up until when she had Ronda Rousey in a disarmor on the invasion of the Survivor Series go home show for that Monday Night Raw.
yeah,
And so it's like, from that to that, man. And then, of course, the infamous, when she's standing in the crowd with the busted nose because Nia Jax split her open. So it's like, man, and the rise from that. And then when she won, and then after that, the year she had after that, up until, when she left. Uh, and then when she came back, it was still there. Like, it was like, if anything, it was more because it was like, now she's been gone. We know why she's been gone. Understand being a mom, um, and becoming a mom, and she's back. But we didn't see what happened happen, but it was necessary when you think about it because it's
yeah,
like, man, could she really come back and be a heel like a face? She could be a face, but how long would the? I think it would be stale with some people. Like the audience would love it, but the TV audience wouldn't. I think the TV audience kind of was like, at some point, like, how long do you expect a man heel turn to go on? This was the perfect opportunity. We may have hated what happened, how it happened to Bianca, but again, this is one of the few times WWE does some good long term storytelling
yeah,
that the storytelling might not have been great as it got to it, but you saw the payoff. You got the beginning when she came back. She beat Bianca Belair in 26 seconds. She became the new champion. Some people cheered it, some people booed it because people were really high on Bianca Belair. They're like, one, they thought we was gonna get the WrestleMania rematch. We didn't get that. Then they found out they're getting Carmella, so it's like boo to that. And then to have Becky Lynch come back and it's like, oh shit, yay to that. So it's like we thought we was gonna get it, we didn't get it. Now we gonna get something even better. All right, cool. But then you had it happen the way it happened, and that rubbed people the wrong way. But that was the point. And right now, I like it. Right now because now it gives her an opportunity to tell a different story. From being the air, the cocky, give me an opportunity and I'll prove you wrong to the egotistical that's taking a fall. Her and Seth Rollins right now, and when you can't even really just say it's Becky Lynch, just by herself, it's Seth Rollins too, because he's taking a hell of a fall. He's become the Messiah, the Monday Night Messiah, and all of this, and the Friday Night Savior, and he's been the manipulative uh, douchebag, and she's becoming the female version of that after being so successful and being on top and still being the one of the top people, but hey man, I like it. I like it. And for her to lose and put other people over, give them their due. So when they fight again, it's going to be that much bigger. Like a third match between Bianca and like Becky Lynch, I could definitely want to see it. And I know Hell, you can get throw Oscar in there again. I mean, that was an awesome match. That triple threat was good. But those three working together right now for that championship, I'm good. I like that dynamic of those three working in it. There's a lot you could do there because there's a lot of different characters. Oscar's just the Empress. She's just ready to go. Becky's trying to get back to glory because she because and Bianca is just showing the world she's not just some ordinary girl from she's not just some country girl from Tennessee with some weave in her head. This girl can whoop your ass. She's the best, she's the fastest, the strongest, she's the EST of WWE. So but as far as Becky Lynch, I like the direction. It's different for her. It'll fit her more. She's good with promos. She's good in the ring. I'm rocking with it. I'm rocking with it.
No, no, absolutely, and like you said, I kind of want to before we go to the next topic. I really want to give WWE their props with how it seemed like there was going to be no way Bianca Belair was going to recover from that loss that she took at the hands of Becky Lynch, especially in the fashion that she did, because we
Yeah,
just came off the heels of Brock
yeah,
Lesnar doing the same thing to Kofi. So you
yeah.
know, and I think with that being so fresh in people's heads, it's like, damn, really, y'all had Bianca, build her to be unstoppable, and then here's Becky comes in, and people weren't mad that Becky beat her. It was like, damn, really,
That's
like
how you beat her. Like,
and that's
damn.
what it was. And then I think at the same time we were supposed to have Sasha, I believe at two, I believe at this point, and we didn't get it uh,
Right,
because of
right. That
whatever.
was supposed to
So
been that was supposed to originally been the main. That was supposed to have been the
yeah,
WrestleMania rematch.
right. So, but then now to see, Bianca Belair, climbing her way back. And let's be fair, I'm gonna be honest. Looking back
Hmm.
at it now, Bianca Belair at that time was not ready. Did her and Sasha have a great match at WrestleMania? Absolutely. But seeing the character development now, 100% right call by WWE. And you know what? I
Yeah.
want to actually take the time as a fan to say, you know what? I was wrong because I let the emotion of being a fan cloud the judgment of what will later become. Like I said, Becky, she's doing her own thing. She's elevating. Bianca, she's
Right.
elevating. And now, because Belair and Bianca had such great chemistry. Now Bianca can elevate without Becky. Becky can elevate without Bianca. Now we got Oscar coming back into the fold, right? Because Oscar, she was lost for a while. We got Alexa Bliss coming back. We got so much to work with now on the single side of the women's roster. So absolutely, shout out to both of them. Too cold. We're gonna switch gears, man. Let's take this thing
For
across
sure.
the way to
Let's go.
AEW. Tony Khan, man. Tony Khan. So we are coming off the Forbidden Door joint collaborative pay-per-view with New Japan, which to me, I feel like was a super success despite all the roadblocks and hurdles they had to overcome. They did a
Yeah, boy.
million. They did a million in ticket sales in person. They did $5 million gross thanks to the pay-per-view buys. But the thing that people seem to be talking about the most, and I don't know if it's really that big of a deal, but Tony Khan, man, he's made it no secret about it. He's a mark, he's a fan, and being a fan, he's very affectionate, and
Hmm.
a
Hmm.
lot of people seem to take to displeasure and the affection he shows his talent. Some would even say they feel it's unprofessional. A lot of memes have been going around of him and Cesaro hugging, and him and Okada and Tanahashi, and then he had a moment with FTR, and it's like, but if you know Tony Khan, if you pay attention, he's always hugging somebody, and they're always hugging him. Too cold, man.
Why is this a story? What? What? Why? What?
Well,
What? What?
so what people are trying to say is, man, Tony Khan is too much of a fan.
Okay.
But that's the thing, though. That's the thing, because we've always said, we got tired of people who weren't fans booking the show. Now you got a fan booking the show, and you're mad because he's living out his dream as a fan. Yeah, he's the owner, but who gives a shit?
He. Okay. So how can I say this? Tony Khan, man, is a fan of wrestling.
Yeah,
Does he fanboy sometime? Hell yeah, he does. But it's also an appreciation
yeah,
from the fans that watch the show. You're
Yeah.
not watching the show. If you're not a real hardcore true, I mean, if you're really not watching the show, man, you understand. But at the same time, it's like, dude, the company's built different.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not supposed to be like WWE. It ain't like TNA. It ain't like New Japan. It ain't like none of the other companies. This owner cares. He actually cares about these wrestlers. All right, he's actually a fan of them. He knows these. Like you got to think about this. Tony Khan, as a guy that wants to be a wrestling promoter, recognizes young and different talent, and he's created a platform to where these young and different and new or second chance talents can get a spotlight that they might not have gotten somewhere else.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can understand why he's a little, you know, friendly with them because, dude, he's not looking at them as just pieces like other companies do.
Yeah.
All right, he's not looking at these guys like they're just, you're just what do they say, the wheels on the car. You you was what CM Punk said. You can just continue to change it, but the wheel's gonna stay. He's gonna still roll and it's gonna keep moving. You just keep changing the lug nut and all that on it, and you keep going, man. Whatever. Oh, this was old. Get rid of it. Put a new one there. That's not. I'm not saying they don't have that, but it's not done the same way we see it in another company. We're used to how it looks one way than what we're seeing now. So yeah, man. Okay, he's friendly with the talent because he understands who these people are. He understands their talent. He understands what they do. He wants to put them out there. He wants to promote them. Hey man, look, you want to have a working relationship. Tony Khan's probably a friendly dude. He's probably a really, what's going on, Kevin?
What up,
Tony
Kev?
Khan is probably just really a really friendly guy. All right, so there's nothing wrong with being that. Um, Obviously, when it comes to the business side of things, he's making the tough decisions, regardless if you like him or not. And there's some people like and some that people don't. But Tony Khan is making tough decisions, and he's making these decisions, and we're seeing the growth of this company. So man, so what, man? You took a picture with somebody. So what? All right, hey man, I appreciate you coming out. Hey man, you did great tonight, man. Appreciate you coming out, man. Awesome show. Well, all right, man. You know what? All right, man. Cool. Whatever.
I know. Well, people. Well, no,
Whatever.
the thing that people are complaining about is the fact that in the pictures that are posted, some of the pictures do look like all right because I think they're saying he's just too affectionate to his talent, as opposed to he treats it more like a fan and not as a professional relationship. But my thing is, it's kind of like to
But
me,
we don't.
it's refreshing to see that because my thing is, if the talent ain't complaining, why do you give a fuck?
Well, sorry, my back itching. But one, we don't see the professional side of Tony. When he's having a conversation and he's negotiating, we don't see that. We see the
Yeah,
guy that's reached the deal and has created a relationship with somebody, and they're cool, and people are seeing what he is saying is it is what it is. So I don't. I mean, yeah, man, pictures are a picture can be worth 1,000 words. We all know that, but um, you're also talking about him. I, if you're talking about when he has these big shows like this,
mm-hmm.
and he's talking with the talent and he's sitting with him, dude, again, he's treating them like he should. But yeah, this is my company. I run the company. Hey man, I'm gonna pay you such such. This is what we're gonna do. Whoop 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 whoop. But I have respect for you.
Yeah,
Like I am a fan of who you are. I know how good you are. That is why I want you here and want you to do what you do best here. Uh, but yeah, yeah, I'll say it's a little over friendly. Sure, yeah, sure. But if that's the type of person he is, but again, we don't see Tony Khan's when he's having a conversation. Okay, if he's giving these dudes back massages while he's negotiating and shit like that, all right, that's a little something different. You
right,
show
right,
me pictures of Tony Khan massaging dudes' feet and you know what I'm saying, and then feeding them grapes and stuff like that, then okay, cool. I ain't got nothing to say. Hey, Tony, that's a little bit too much, bro.
yeah,
But
yeah,
Come on, man. Common sense thinking. All right, I'm not, dude. We're, I'm sure Tony Khan is more business when it needs to come to business. And the business, I'm pretty sure while he was backstage, he wasn't hugging nobody. I'm pretty sure during the show last night, he was on, he was producing and directing, and he was working. He wasn't hugging people. But the show's over. The show was a great success.
Right,
He's happy. They're happy. They're celebrating. Whatever, man. It is what it is, dude. It was a great show last night,
hell
man.
of a
Yeah, you can nitpick some stuff, but bruh, overall, it was a really great show. Man, match of the night for me. I ain't gonna lie, man. Will Ospreay and Orange
Orange
Cassidy did it
Cassidy.
for me.
Shit,
That
that's
did it for
honestly a
me.
match of the year candidate.
That did it
That
for
shit
me,
went
man.
hard.
There was a couple of matches. I mean, don't get me wrong. The Fatal
Yeah,
Four Way for the Mid Atlantic, that was really good.
yep.
Even with the substitution, that was really good. Like there was a couple of matches that was like, yes, match of the night, hands down, dude. So yeah, yeah, there was some eyeball stuff, but we all knew that, man, coming in. That was the whole point of doing it. They introduced people, and then now hopefully because it was such a success, and everyone's relationships can be cool, and even some relationships can get better, so we can get more people that we didn't get to see on this card be on the card, and maybe next time it'll be another success because now it's like, oh, okay, we didn't get them this time. Oh, these people were injured this time, so now they're gonna be on this. Oh, yeah, now we're gonna get this person, and this person for this. Oh, yeah, come on, man, let's go. So yeah, man, I'm yeah, man, I'm happy with the weekend. Man, Tony, man, go hug Cesaro because he came out and the people went nuts for him. All right, and he put on a great match with a very young, talented Zack Sabre Jr. Who, man, dude, I
Yeah,
need to see more of Zack
yeah,
Sabre Jr. First and foremost. I
yeah.
need to see more of that guy. So, man, great show, man. Go hug everybody. Shit. Go check on Adam Cole. Go show him. Go show pictures of him being concerned for Adam Cole. Go find out. Show that and tell me if that's being over friendly. Dude, get out of here, man. Let that man live. Shit, man. He living a dream none of us can right now. All
Right,
right.
right, right.
That man is on cloud nine, and he don't give a shit about what nobody else is thinking. He gonna do what he want to do. He gonna do it how he want to do it, and the people see the vision and they are on board for it, man. And people are happy. You see an instant. You see, I'm like, again, not everything's perfect. Not everything is perfect in AEW, but you see an instant gratification with people when they come out, and it's like, damn, I feel appreciated a little. I just feel a little bit more wanted, and not just something, just a warm, as we like to say, a warm body being out there. So yeah.
Man, speaking to somebody who's had uber success, man, too cold. We get into the main event. We talking about that franchise. We talking about the Chain Gang Soldier. We talking about the Doctor of Thugonomics. We talking about the Babe
Word
Ruth
life.
WWE. None other than John Cena himself, Mr. 16-time WWE champion John Cena.
Word life.
Bro, 2002.
I'm
You got
surprised you ain't
John
got it on your stuff, man.
Shut up, man.
Thought you might have had the theme music come on. I know you still got the CD in your
Hey,
in your thing, man.
that John Cena featuring the trademark CD and Bumpy Knuckles is somewhere in the stash, man.
Yeah, man.
But
I'm about to say, I like you got it. Man. You ain't got it. I know you was bumping that, boy.
hey, man, like a mug, like a mug. But man, look at John Cena, man. 2002.
What's
Same
up?
year
What's
we
up?
got Brock. Same year we got
Mm-hmm.
Shelton Benjamin. Same year we got
Mm-hmm.
Randy Orton.
Mm-hmm.
But this guy, man, he took it to a whole nother level. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
this is a guy who's up there. Some will put him above Hulk Hogan. Some will put him up there with the Bruno San Martinos. Some will put him up there with the Undertakers and the Jerichos and the Shawn Michaels, man, so on and so forth, bro. 20 years ago. Talk to me, man. What are your thoughts, man? Coming from a guy who witnessed the golden ages of a guy like Shawn Michaels, of a guy like a Bret Hart, of a guy like a Hulk Hogan, and then you come in now to this whole new era. And like me, like this is a cool experience for me because I witnessed the rise of John Cena. I seen all 20 years. So for you and I, this is truly a generational moment for a guy
Hmm.
that's seen these pillars of the industry before him and to see him now. Bro, talk to me, man. As a fan, how cool it was it to see John Cena celebrate 20 years officially? And put it in perspective, Impact Wrestling is 20 years old.
Yeah. Maybe a little hating in this, but it uh John Cena 20 years. All right, look. So to watch Hogan be the mega star that he was, just and as a kid watching it, I can understand what kids watching John Cena felt like. Like I can understand that. I could totally understand that. Um, but as an adult, I can also understand how people felt about Hulk Hogan then and how I feel about John Cena now. So
Yeah, yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
yeah, it's a dream killer, but okay, so there's that. All right. Austin, on the other hand, and The Rock uh, were different. Now Hogan was different too because Hogan did the one thing John Cena did already, but didn't do once he became the mega star that he was. Like
Yeah.
if for John to be at the level that he was and have turned heel, I think that would have put an extra layer to his legacy.
I think he might have been. I think he to even go even further. I think he might have been the 17 time world champion. Looking at the success Roman
Yeah,
Reigns has had, I
yeah.
definitely think. Oh yeah, trust me, he would have got 17 out of that.
So when you look at okay, so when I look at Hogan and I look at all the people Hogan's fought pretty much damn near everybody during that time frame. Savage, Flair, Piper, Sting, Goldberg, Nash. You name the Hall of Fame, WWE Hall of Fame list of people. Hogan fought all of them. When you look at Austin and you look at Rock, and though they had not lengthy title reigns, but they had a lot of title reigns. Uh, and you look at the people that they fought, you can't refute it. And you look at their impact. When you look at John Cena, um, you can't refute who he's beaten. He's beaten Kurt Angle. He's beaten Triple H. He's beaten Shawn Michaels. He's beaten Batista. He's beaten Randy Orton. He's beaten no, I don't think he
JBL,
beat Hulk Hogan. JBL, Edge,
Eddie.
CM Punk. He's beaten Eddie. He's beaten Benoit. He's beaten a who's who of the people we all loved while he was coming up. Brock Lesnar, finally, but he did beat him. Uh, The Rock. I mean, shit, dude.
Yeah,
He's beat he's beat quite a few people. For me, yeah, I see you. Get out of there, dog being nosy. For me, John Cena, it, I feel iffy about his legacy because it came at a point where he didn't lose enough for me, and that was the problem. Like he would have had more 16-time runs if he'd have lost. I felt like he didn't like a lot of the times that when he lost the championship, he didn't lose it because he lost to somebody. He lost it due to injury. You think how many times John Cena
yeah,
was the champion, lost the champ,
yeah,
and gave up the championship because he was injured, and came back, ended up being the champion. He did that quite a few times. So a
yeah.
few of those title reigns, those multiple reigns that he would have, it wouldn't be him, just being there. He would be the champion. Oh, he's injured. Oh, well, damn, we got to put the title on somebody else until John comes back, and then John comes back, and you put the title right back on him. So and I also felt like, man, they diluted a lot of his reign because he beat everybody. And to me, that was kind of the problem. Like, yeah, Hogan beat everybody, but when Hogan turned heel, he really ran through people. But that was heel Hogan. That was something totally different.
Right.
John Cena got stale as the good guy.
Well, and what the thing you got to remember too with Hogan is Hogan also had a faction, so it wasn't just Hogan. Like he had other
It it it,
dynamics
it,
to play off of.
it was, but see, he turned heel, Austin turned heel, Rock turned heel. They all facing heel at the high point and low point, whatever. They've all been both at the high point. Cena's heel turn when he was the Doctor Thug, it was okay. It took him a minute before when he won the United States Championship and people really started getting to him and started liking him, and it was more of his thug look than it was anything else. It was the way it's what he said. The wrestling wasn't really there. It was more of his charisma and the way they allowed him to talk and the stuff they allowed him to say. And he was let's be honest, John Cena was a white boy from Boston talking hood, and people was eating it up. All right, and it was funny. Not saying that he didn't do good. Not to say that some of his raps didn't get over. Not to say that no, John did his thing. It is what it is. But we saw for what it was.
Right, right.
Once he won the championship and he became hustle, loyalty, respect. At first, it seemed okay because all right, I figured,
Because he
well,
was a
hell,
chain gang soldier.
right, like all right, cool. He'll hold the title for about a year. Somebody else will beat it, and John Cena will be one of those players. I knew he'll be one of the guys in the mix of having the belt the way he did. And
Right,
then
right.
once you saw that, okay, it's Cena Nation. Damn, Cena's reached Hulk Hogan level. Cena's
Yeah,
reached
yeah.
he's reached the franchise player level. Okay, cool. But the way for me, just to me, a lot of his title wins, a lot of his matches, his reign, man, it came at the expense of a lot of people at a certain point. At the first few years, I'll give it to due and respect because he went through and he fought a lot of people and he lost to some of them. He lost to Edge, he lost to
Yeah.
Kurt Angle, he lost to Jericho. And like he lost to those guys, he lost to those respectably. But it's like, but it also got to a point where he just started beating through everybody. And then we got we just got bored with him and Randy Orton fighting forever because it just seemed like they was the only two people that was winning it. It's like, dude, you got other people. You can do other stories, you can do
Right,
other stuff, but you still doing the same narrative. Cena, people come out bitch and complain about Cena. Cena dogs them out, and then he squashes through them. It's like, dude, like
yeah.
you can do more than that. Like,
Right.
come on, man, you could do more than that. And I just felt like, man, there was a lot of lost opportunity doing that ladder of that long title reigns, and
Yeah.
then up until he really really started leaving the company to go do his movies, where he was just really just coming in every now and then. So I give him his respect. He did it for a long time. He was the man for a long time. I will not argue with that. Um, and you can probably make the same argument for Hogan, but Hogan only, yeah, and yeah, Hogan, he had that moment in his time, even when he was the good guy and when he was the bad guy. But uh, there were times where Hogan lost. Hogan losing to the Ultimate Warrior was big. Hogan losing to Macho Man was big. Uh, Sting beating, there were moments where key guys beat Hogan that made them a little bit more bigger. There were guys when they beat Austin or Whole Rock or whatever. Look for what happened with Triple H and all that. I feel like with John Cena, you didn't really get nobody that was like, man, you beat John outside of Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan was the only one. When Daniel Bryan legitimately,
Yeah.
when he legitimately beat John Cena, it was like, damn, finally. You what? Wait a minute, hold on. That's why it was such a good thing when we saw Daniel Bryan win, and people were just going nuts for him because people liked him. He was
Yeah.
somebody, he think he can. And look, we behind him. Let's go, give it to him. We telling you, we love him. You
Right.
give us this match. It was a good match, and he beat Cena and he became the champion and the crowd went crazy. And then they booed the shit out of the company when they took the title, when they had Randy Orton come out and cash the belt on him,
Right.
the money in the bank on him, and went take the title off of him. And then y'all beat the hell out of him for the next 6 months, which honestly, long term storytelling, it was great for the end, but it was bad because you overdid it and you broke the man. I don't want to hear small man complex. Nah, man, you broke the man. Period. You was playing with your toys too hard, and you broke it. All right, just admit it and just keep it pushing. But uh, I still give Cena his respect. He has matches that I have watched that uh, with the right people in the match. Oh, yeah. Hey, they're some of the best matches.
Absolutely, absolutely. Man, Tuco, we talked about Tony Khan, we talked about Becky Lynch, we talked about Big Match John.
Yeah.
I think that kind of wraps it up for this. But tomorrow, we got blood and guts, man.
Blood and guts.
We
See, this
got
still
blood
see it
and
just still
guts,
don't work. It still doesn't work. It's still blood and you just have to say, yeah, blood. We got blood and
blood
guts.
and
You
guts.
can't say it like war games. It
Yeah.
just I tried it. It don't have the same. I won't
Hey,
do that
look,
again.
it don't sound the same, but best believe we gonna bleed the same, man, because it is gonna be a crazy, crazy. I'm anticipating a crazy show, especially coming off such a successful pay per view. I'm curious to see, all right, where we going now that the Forbidden Door is over with pay per view wise. We building up to our
Oh
next.
well, we already know where we're going. I mean, well, the main story is going to be Moxley and Punk. They're going to be building that. So
Yeah,
when they're ready for that to go down, but everything else, I really just see what's up with Adam Cole,
right.
where it goes with Heyman Page, where does it go with well, now that we got a new Mid Atlantic champion, where does Sting and Darby, where did quite a few people go? Man, I just said my boy next day. Man, look here, man. Shout out to Sting, man. Man, look, I don't know, man, what this 60-some-year-old man is doing. I don't know what death wish he got. I don't know. Darby Allen is rubbing off on Sting, man,
Oh
because
yeah,
this
for
dude
sure.
is just he is just he I man this I don't care that he dies off stuff. You know what? And it's they I appreciate Tony Khan for not overdoing Sting, but allowing Sting to do what he can, and just the way they work him. He don't never really do too much to where it's like, all right, y'all need to get Sting out of there. He does just enough, and he gets the fuck out the way. And
Yeah,
I mean that
yeah.
he'll dive off the top, and then all of a sudden everyone else will fight, and you'll see this thing come down. He'll beat up somebody if they lagging behind, but
Right,
for the
right,
most
right.
part, he'll step in, do his 1-2, and then he'll get the fuck out the way. And it's like, you know what? I appreciate that, man. Thank you, Sting. Thank you, man.
I
You
mean,
showing me you still got a little bit,
I
but you
mean,
ain't you ain't. But I understand.
because Sting don't insult our intelligence. He knows that I know that you know that we know. Well, you're 62 fucking years old, man. Like, so after Sting said that bump off the top, all right, cool. He gonna relax a
He
little
got
bit.
up. He bounced right back up. Oh shit. Well, all right, well go ahead.
He gonna chill here. He gonna hit you real quick. Now my thing is, and he don't try to do it too fast. We know he's slow with the bat. He gonna let you. Hey, whoop, there you go. All right, go ahead.
Hmm.
You gonna sell it. You gonna sell it. It's Sting.
Man, look, he been hitting people with that bat so damn long, man. Sting, man, he makes it just look. It's effortless with him when it comes to the bat,
Yeah,
man. He been swinging that thing for 20 plus, almost 30 years, man.
yeah.
Man, yeah, man. Nah, but no, that was cool, man. My MVP of the night, man, was Sting. I just, I'm a stinger. I'm a stinger. It is what it is, but yeah, man, my MVP for that night, man, last for Sunday was Sting.
Well, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for tuning in to another episode of Generation Wrestling Podcast, man. Shooting from the hip wrestling news and rumors edition. As always, man, it's an honor and a pleasure to do this with my boy, man, Keith Tuco. I'm the 29-year-old piece of gold. And if you haven't already, really quick, go to the interview tab, man. Check out Jordan Grace, Josh Alexander, Leo Rush. We just knocked those 3 interviews out within the last 2 weeks. If you haven't already, subscribe to the YouTube, follow us, and subscribe to us. Get the notifications on the Facebook, the Instagram, the Twitter, the Twitch, all that, the TikTok, all that.
Mm-hmm.
And
We
until
still gonna
tomorrow,
talk to the homie Lou. We still talking to the homie Lou. We just got to get that timing right. That's all. We're gonna get it. Don't worry. We're gonna
still
get
got
it.
to get, you know what I'm saying? Still got to get the Don Lou Gotti in the building. And until then, man, like I said, until tomorrow, until we get blood and guts, we will see you when we see you. Peace.